I'm gonna throw it through. I'm gonna do it twice. 3 times? 4 times. Yeah.
Round 1.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another For Honor video. We are back in the testing grounds. I actually have a controller this time. Last video I did testing grounds Lawbringer. Didn't have a controller. I had to use mouse and keyboard, and it sucked. I was on my lunch break at work, and I just borrowed a spare office with my work laptop. Ooh. Here we go. There we go, baby. But yeah, today's video, guys, we're gonna be playing Lawbringer a little bit. Gonna do one last video with him for testing grounds, and I'm gonna give you all my overall opinions on the rework and a couple of things I would change to make it better without drastically changing what it is, because I don't expect Ubisoft to actually change much. I'm just gonna be honest. Usually when they do have a rework idea, they barely change anything from like their initial stuff. So I'll give you guys kind of like what I would change and not change, because I feel like right now his identity is just kind of stripped. Now some things are pretty cool. Like the soft faint GB on that is really cool. Oh, that's... Here we go. Top blade. Ooh. I want to long arm him so bad. Yes! Here we go. Oh my god, that shouldn't have worked. I can't wait I got the long arm. So the long arm's a good change. It's a great change. It's such a good change. I love it. Oh, but I'm going to go over all those in the end. I'll go ahead and give you guys my opinions on the bash changes. Oh, what the... Bro, what the... Okay. So bash changes overall, I think are pretty good. The speed on the 400 ms ones, I think is stupid. I don't think they need to be that fast. I think 433 or 466 are fine. Honestly, I would make it a blanket change, but only if the bashes that drain stamina are gone. They no longer drain stamina. That would be like Centurion, Kyoshin, Jangjun, people like that. They do not need to drain stamina. The only one I would say that would be fine to drain stamina is maybe Gladiator's Bash, and that's just because he does not actually get any damage confirmed on top of it. But that's my opinion on the bash changes. I think probably 466 would be fine. I don't think it's really necessary. Like, the way they describe it in the testing grounds, they kind of differed it based on people's dodge forward heavies or dodge forward lights, you know, as like an additional mix-up. But I don't think it really matters that much. Typically, the issue on that is not being able to react to either the bash or the indicator, not knowing which is which. And I don't think having different timings really is necessary. They can do that, I guess, but like the way they did it just didn't make sense. Like Centurion's kick is pretty decently quick. It's like 433, but then he has a slow dodge forward heavy, which has never worked as like a forward dodge mix-up. Like you could just dodge both on the same timing and be fine. But something like Jangjun, who also has a dodge forward heavy, his is 400 ms, and he can attack on whiff. It just doesn't make sense. So like, I would say, at least for a start, make it where if they are going to make them faster, make sure none of them drain stamina anymore. That's my thought. I think it should be a good tool, but it shouldn't be spammable to the point where you can just stamina bully somebody because you have a literal unreactable move where if you don't dodge it, you just eat shit. I don't think that's smart, but that's my thoughts on that. I'll get into the Lawbringer stuff here later on in the video.
Round 1.
So we're actually going against a Jeonhu. I don't know if Jeonhu got any changes with this testing ground. I'm not sure. I don't remember all the people affected, because I know they didn't change everybody's. Ooh. Ooh. In the top light. In the top light. Into top light again. Into a double top light. Into a top light. Oh. What? Let's go, baby. That was jank. That was really jank. Just like this whole Lawbringer rework, which I promise you guys I will get into it later. If y'all want to skip like towards the end of the video just to get my specific thoughts, or free to. Won't put anything past you there. I just want to give you guys some entertaining content while it's here. Here we go. In the top blade. I love that last light. I do love that last light. So one thing I will say is a little bit of a, not like a sneak peek, I guess, towards my thoughts, but like an idea that I agreed with that I heard mentioned by Slanderous, believe it or not. He mentioned only 2 lights in the chain, and the way I kind of thought about that was like, oh, give me 1 second. It's like if you do, oh, give me 1 second. And you're done. Well, maybe not. Now he's dead. So, let me rephrase it. Me and Swander, I like Slanderous, okay? He puts some thought-provoking ideas out there. I typically don't, like, agree with him on a lot of these things, because just based on our discussion in the past, there are a lot of balanced things he's just not aware of. I can't remember any specific examples, but I do remember talking about some specific things he just didn't know about. But one thing you mentioned was Lawbringer only having 2 lights in a row that he can do. And I'm actually cool with that idea, meaning like if you throw a second light in a row, it just kind of ends the chain. Now, from like a PC/next gen perspective, I don't think it really matters if it's a 2 or 3 hit chain. But for old gen, I think it absolutely matters. You don't want to get triple spammed all game by everybody. And I think this would help a lot for the old gen. Like if they're going to get light spammed, it's not going to be by the character with a 3-hit light chain and the highest health pool in the game. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be like Kinsei or Jengjun or Nabushi or something. So I understand the frustrations on that. Like I really do. Speaking of Nabushi, look at that. He chose Nabushi. What a silly goose. But that specifically, like I like the 3-hit chain, but to make it 2 to help old gen, I think is perfectly fine. Because I know the animations aren't the greatest. The actual reactability to it, like for PC, next gen ain't that hard. Like right now I'm playing on max graphics, so my frame rate's a little bit less than next gen, I believe. Well, actually, maybe not. I think it's a little bit higher than next gen. It's not that great right now. I don't know what exactly it is, but it's never like my max. Oh, what the heck? I threw a heavy star away. I'll do it again. Oh, feels bad. No. I actually like that. Oh, I'll try to parry that. What? No. Please die. Thank God. Thank freaking God. Oh. I ate a lot more shit than I thought I would there. I don't know how I ate that one Viper's Retreat after I side dodged. I really don't even know how I ate that. Like, I don't even think I tried to bash. Rather certain I just ate it. I could have tried to bash, but... Oh, I just can't believe I missed that. I'll just light here. Oh. Oh. What? To a different side. Oh, didn't work. Here we go. Oh, what a hidden stance. And then the impale. It only works on light parries now. And that's legit the only time that you should use it right there, is if there is a ledge behind somebody. Otherwise, it is completely useless. It does less damage than your unblockable. It, yeah. There's literally no other purpose aside from ledging somebody. I can't think of another purpose for it. Alright, let's go. Let's go. I think I'll just light right here. He sure freaking did. Do another light. I love that. I love doing that. Nice. Oh, I try to parry that. I'll parry that one. Let's go, baby. Don't get me wrong. I actually do enjoy this version of Lawbringer to an extent. I mean, look at all these rage quits, bro. That's two. That's 2 quits we've had so far. Freaking great. I don't know why they're quitting. Like, they should be expecting them at Lawbringers and testing grounds right now. Like, why would you pull out Nobu? Like, come on. Like, but I enjoy the ability to press more buttons. Don't get me wrong, it's great. But there's just certain things about him that just I would miss. One being the impale on heavy parries. And I think there was other ways to handle that. Instead of just completely removing it. Because there are other characters that have similar stuff. You got Warmonger who gets 30 damage. Granted, she doesn't get to continue her combos. Bro, this guy's gonna leave again. How did that guy leave so quick? He's console. How did he get back in so quick? Maybe he disconnected. Maybe he legit disconnected. I don't know. We'll see. If not, he might have a way. Maybe he has somebody like inviting him out. Like, that could be the case. You got things like Warmonger that gives like 30 damage, right? And it's bleed. So like, if they're low health, it gives you chip damage to work with too. Yeah, he quit. As expected. But and then you have Centurion. Well, his doesn't go as far. It actually gets boosted damage from Haymaker. And if there is a wall behind them, that is like a 40 damage punish. Plus a knockdown. So if you have like teammates around, they get like full damage or close to full damage. So I think what they should have done with Lawbringers, just legit just lower the range. Like, lower the range. It would have been fine. Like, now Lawbringer gets 23 damage on his top heavy. If you did impale somebody and you did your chain opener, that's 24 damage. You do get your extra little tap, but because it's off a wall splat, that extra tap has like 75% damage reduction. So you would literally just do like 1 extra damage with the tap and probably put yourself at some kind of frame disadvantage anyways. So like, honestly, I think it would be fine if they just kept it literally how it is now, but just lowered the range on it. Because I understand the range is very far. It is very freaking... It goes across the entire ranked map, pretty much. Unless you go, like, legit just corner to corner. But, like, side to side, it will go all the way across. It's nutty as is, and I understand that. And I think what they could literally do to fix that is just hold... You know, you have to hold the heavy button to make the impale keep going. They just need to lower the distance. That's it. They just need to make it where it doesn't... Where you can't hold it for, like, 2.5, 3 seconds. However long it is. Change it, like, reduce it by a second, and it'll be fun. It'll still be usable. It'll still have a purpose. It's still good for situational awareness. Plus, if you still mess it up, you only get one damage from your impale. And they can even make it how they had it in the first testing ground, where, like, you have to make it to the wall for it to wall splat. Kind of like Warmonger's works right now. I don't care. Just, you know, lowering the range, I think, is the right move on that. But we'll get more to that here after this fight, hopefully. Maybe the next fight. I'm actually having a lot of fun right now, so we're gonna do our best to have some fun. Yeah, you got me with that. Here we go. Ah. Into another light. There we go. Yeah, you don't have enhanced lights, do you? Look at your lack of opener now. So if these bash changes go through, he'll actually have a pretty decent opener. Because right now his bashes are quicker in this testing ground because of the overall bash changes, not specific to Lawbringer to my knowledge. But if they do that with his quick forward side heavy and a quick bash, he would actually have a pretty good opener. But as he is like just straight like neutral attacks. Okay, that should be a free, yeah. I'm gonna throw it through. I'm gonna do it twice. 3 times? 4 times. Yeah. Bro, that round was just silly. See, I don't really feel bad on that, you know what I mean? Because each one did 29 damage, right? It was like Pirate. Pirate only gets like 29 on hers total. Which this is just kind of like a, I don't want to say glorified Pirate, but this is legit just like a Pirate steel, like, heavy finisher for what it does. Even as the soft feint GB. And I don't mind it. It's not bad. It's definitely avoidable with, like, side dodge attacks and whatnot, though. I had a feeling he'd do that. Same side. I actually tried to parry that. Ooh. Tried to parry that and I missed it. Nothing. No. Oh, God. No. No, I missed the freaking parry, bro. Missed the parry. I missed like every light attack that I tried to parry that round. That's all right. That's okay. That's a me issue. Granted, one time he threw a heavy when I tried to parry the light. That was the one time I actually reacted to parry the neutral indicator. Impale. Oh. That's another issue it has right there. It's... Okay, what? Okay, that was jank. Here we go. Yeah, you solo goose. Let's go, baby. Another rage quit, dude. I've made everyone rage quit. Oh my god. Everyone. I think every person I've went against has rage quit. This is freaking hilarious, dude. What is this testing grounds, dude? Oh my god. Alright. Alright, guys. So real talk about this rework. So I like some of the stuff about it, okay? I'm just going to be honest. I can't show you right now because I'm in training, which training doesn't have testing ground stuff, and I don't have customs with anybody. But y'all know how the rework currently works, okay? So the little extra tap thing to get to the finisher, I don't mind that. I think that's actually cool. It's like an inverse of Griffin, and because Lawbringer's like older Griffin, and he's honestly more heavy base compared to Griffin, it makes sense. I think it's a cool idea. I have nothing against it, unless it has some kind of permanent hit stun BS. I don't think it does, like with obviously not in duels, but in 4v4, unless it doesn't have like too much confirmed hit stun or lack of revenge feed compared to damage, stuff like that. I don't mind it. I think it's great. Now the light attacks, the triple lights, I am actually okay with it ending if you do a double light. Kind of like, I'm trying to think who has a good example. Kind of like Orochi, where instead of doing like, if he uses a heavy, his chain ends. I think they could do something similar to that with Lawbringer. If he does a second light at some point, just in the chain, I'm cool with that. And this is legit just to help old gen people. This is not because of next gen or PC balance, just old gen. We got to look out for those guys too. However, there are a couple of glaring issues with Lawbringer. One, if his bash stays the current speed at 500 ms, he is going to have legit like no openers at all. And it's gonna suck. It's gonna be terrible. Because he won't even have enhanced side lights to get to his finisher. Which means he has to just rely on heavies and the bash. So if it doesn't get sped up, he's not gonna have any openers. That part is crap, and I don't like that. I hope that these bash changes go through one way or another. 466, 433, whichever they choose. And of course, you know, fix stamina drain on all the stamina draining bashes like Saturnian's Kick, Kyoshin's Kick, JJ, all of them, except Gladiator, I don't care. Give Gladiator something, you know what I mean? All he does is punch and get a skewer, no actual confirmed damage. So if they do that, I'm actually fine with it. It's not too bad. He has the little dodge forward, quick attack thing he can do, so it does help mixing up between that and your bash, which is great. So that will work. Now, one thing I do want to go over again, the heavy impale. I believe what it should do is be working on heavy and not just light attacks. Having it literally only as a ledging tool is crap. I don't like that. He's always had an impale. It's legit been his thing since launch, and making it a nearly useless move and even more niche than it is now, where there has to be a wall behind them. I don't like that. I would rather them just lower the range on it, like cut it in half or something. I don't even care. Just make it a little bit longer than a Fira's range or something. Fira already gets like a crazy amount of damage from a wall splat, and then she goes right back into like a 50-50 with it anyways. Or sorry, mix up with it. I won't say 50-50 because that's going to upset people. But I really think he should keep a heavy impale, and I may be biased on this, but man, his normal parry damage just isn't that great. I mean, they already lowered the damage on like his normal light attack input, so like it used to do, what was it, 16 on the first testing ground. Now it does 12. 12 is pretty low. I honestly would recommend like 14, somewhere in the middle. That's what I would do, because he is a parry specialist, and because, like I said, his offense is relatively limited on openers anyways. You might as well just let him get 14. I mean, you have Yorm getting 16, and it's a bash, and Yorm can self-heal with the first feat. All I have is, like, Righteous Deflection, and that goes away in, like, 2 or 3 seconds. So I don't think that's worth it, especially in duels. I mean, that obviously doesn't happen in duels. So I would say the light input, make it 14 damage. The blind gun is fine. That does not bother me. Heavy impale needs to be there. It'll still do like 25 damage, which is still really good. But lower the range, like cut it in half. Maybe even lower. Just something. It needs to be better than what it is now. Because right now, even if they keep its full range, it's useless unless you're ledging. And I just don't think it's necessary. It's stupid to be only on light input, or light parry, in my opinion. Long arm is great. They did make it safer, which is nice. Now, when this second thing went through, they did remove the hyper armor on your unblockable finisher. So if you do hit them with your long arm and you do the top heavy into light, and you decide to chain with a heavy, you are going to be susceptible to interrupts. What I would recommend doing is making just the top finisher hyper armored, and that's it. That way you just don't have a giant sweeping hitbox of hyper armor, you know, unblockable flying out, especially as they lower the damage anyways. Like, it's 29 up top. It's with the confirmed tap. I could be wrong actually on that damage. I'm fairly certain it is only 29 though. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Y'all know, or comment section. But I believe the top should be hyper armored. That way you can go into that. Now, they are still going to be able to bash you, but there is like a little delay on getting to the bash anyways for most characters, unless you're like Conqueror or Warlord or BP or something, which they may even change that with the universal change, the bash changes. I don't know. We'll have to see. But even then, just having it on this move would be nice. I really hope they do keep hyper armor in the top part. No flash either, no stun. I don't want the stun back on there. The only move I would personally put a stun on is his light parry, which they did put in the first testing grounds with his top unblockable. I like that. I liked him having a stun just off the one move, like not his finisher, but just the light parry itself, and without stamina drain, or like the smallest amount of stamina drain they can do in case like the coding is like connected somehow and they can't make it 0. But I liked having a stun, even if it was just a light parry. Like, it's just an extra reward, and I liked it. It just added some character. I mean, I like character. He's always had stun. It's always been his thing, and with how gross it was with stamina drain, especially in 4v4, having it only as a defensive punish, I don't think would be too bad of an idea, especially if it doesn't drain stamina. I just think that would be nice to have and just get you a little extra edge on top. You know, it's cool. Now, his mid-chain bash, the little variable one, I don't mind it. It's going to be weird getting used to that, to be honest. But I don't mind it. It's different. The animation is a lot better this time around. The tracking on it is very weird. Sometimes it does track dodges that it shouldn't, and other times it does. It's very bizarre, so they'll have to fix that, whether it's animation or whatever. I don't know. It's really jank. And lastly, I'd give him some sort of roll catcher, dude. It sucks right now. Even like live version, he has no way to catch rolls. Like, there's not really any good reliable way to do it. Even if you like try to unlock early and chase after them, it takes a second. Even if you do chase them, unless there's a wall behind them, you're gonna get like 2 damage or 1 damage, you know, depending if you have revenge or not. Some kind of roll catcher, man. I don't even know what I would do. Just some kind of custom move, kind of like they did with Warden when they gave him Valiant Breakthrough, because he didn't always have that. For you guys who don't know, his dashboard heavy, they added that in like season 6 or 7 or something a long time ago, you know, year 2. But giving something like that to Lawbringer as like a chain starter or even a mid-chain type of move would be cool. Doesn't have to have confirmed light or nothing after. Just something to catch rollers, dude, because he's a big dude, but like, I don't think that matters. I mean, look at Shigoki. He's a big dude. JJ's a big dude. Centurion, well, he's not a big dude, but he has a big leap that's definitely bigger than his armor should allow. So Lawbringer having some sort of roll catch would be fantastic. And guys, that's my general like consensus on this. This is my general opinion on this rework as it is right now. It's cool, but it's crap in my opinion, just with some of its issues. If the bash changes go through as a quicker bash, the opener issue would probably be fixed. But yeah, he lost his character, man. He's lost all his character. It's just having a blind or having an impale that are actually usable, I think would be nice in some way, shape, or form. So, I don't know. Tell me y'all's opinions down below, guys. I'm doing my best to try to be as unbiased as possible, knowing I am biased for Lawbringer. But, yeah, I would love to hear your comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you did enjoy. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I will catch you in the next video.